This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 37.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out, 1st and 10 at their own 37. So after the INT, it's Brady. His throw incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Carlos Dunlap on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic, 3rd and long after that last sack. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up the throw. And he's going to go down again. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
7 yards to pick up there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Devin White in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Check 26, check 26. Check the backer, check the backer. Got it. Hey, 0.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
26, got it. Hey, switch gears. Kill.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Seattle Seahawks.
A huge play there on the screen pass, and even 40 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Watch out. Gun.
To throw again, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devin White able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
For the Seahawks field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Brady now on 1st down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Gronkowski. A gain of 4.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Quick pass out to Miller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing on first down is Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings
on third down, here's Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Tampa Bay.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady, escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Buccaneers 14, Seahawks 3. Bradley.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Myers to kick off.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 44, Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A gain of 6.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wait, that's it. Wide, 80. Grip. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From midfield, here's Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Time is up right now. Mike 56.
Throwing again. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Brady took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Leonard Fournette. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. They still can't get him. And that is incomplete here.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now on 4th down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
At the 47-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 47 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
Makes the score Buccaneers 17. Seahawks 10.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. the gun. It's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Wait, 29. Alpha.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Flush to his right. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Brady now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 6-yard line.
They run it with Carson. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
The game at 17.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd and 12, Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Brady. Flushed out right. Open man is Miller. He's got it. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll find Miller. That's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. This is Jones, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. On now is Ryan Succop for the field goal try. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. On now is Ryan Succop for the field goal try. This will be from 53 for the win. This looks good. It is good. He hits it from 53 yards out. And it'll be a hot time.